Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into some source material that completely flipped how I think about time and money. We're going to unpack the actual mechanics of passive income and look at 5 specific systems you can use to build long-term wealth. So, if you've ever felt like you're just running out of hours in the day to hit your financial goals, well, you're in exactly the right place. Let's get right into it. I want you to really think about this for a second. Can your bank account actually grow while you sleep? I mean, imagine disconnecting from the world, getting a solid 8 hours of sleep, and money is literally still flowing in. Now, for most of us, society has hammered this rigid rule into our heads, right? The rule that says we only earn when we are actively working. But we're going to dig into data today that proves that's just not the only way. Because some people have figured out how to build systems that act like these untiring little machines, generating money 24/7, no days off. Here's our roadmap for This Explainer. We'll kick things off with active versus passive income, then we'll jump into creating digital assets, the power of content, stocks and rental systems, and finally, we'll wrap up with a much-needed reality check. We're covering 5 distinct methods, and honestly, 2 of them are wildly underrated. Okay, Section 1, active versus passive income. So, the crucial point is this. Active income is exactly what it sounds like. It's your typical 9 to 5 or freelancing where you are explicitly trading your precious time for a paycheck. And the huge catch? The absolute second you stop working, that income stream completely dries up. Boom, gone. But passive income, it operates on a totally different mechanical principle. You build a system up front, just once, and then it runs continuously. It works while you're working, and more importantly, it works while you're resting. A lot of folks spend their whole lives just chasing active income, but the source material makes it clear true financial freedom happens when both of these are working together. Moving right along to Section 2, creating digital assets. This 3-step framework is seriously one of the most powerful wealth-building systems out there today. Step 1 is creation. You literally just take knowledge you already have in your head and package it. That could be an ebook on meal prep, a coding course, or maybe a really slick digital budgeting template. Step 2 is where the magic happens. You upload it once. That's it. Then step 3 takes over, automation. Whether you're on a beach or fast asleep, the internet is acting as your storefront, continuously processing those sales. Now, the source does note that it usually starts a bit slow, but as people find value in what you made, it steadily builds into this beautiful, recurring revenue stream. You do the hard work once, and you get paid for it over and over again. Which brings us to Section 3, the power of content. Now, what's really interesting about this second idea, YouTube and content creation, is that it is perhaps the most underestimated passive income system in the world. People look at it and just see fleeting entertainment, right? But from a mechanical, nuts and bolts perspective, these are incredibly robust financial engines. Let's break down exactly why that is. A video you upload today is a true digital asset. Sure, it might only get a handful of views at first, but that video lives on a server somewhere, totally accessible to billions of people, basically forever. Tomorrow, next week, or even 2 years down the line, someone can stumble upon that video. And when they do, that single piece of content can generate ad revenue, it can attract a sponsorship, or drive product sales. The initial momentum might feel like pushing a boulder uphill, but consistent content creation acts as an asset that mathematically compounds over time. It literally transforms your past effort into cash flow today. And very closely tied to that is idea number 3, affiliate marketing. Basically, you act as the digital bridge between a company and a consumer. You promote a product that already exists, say a camera you absolutely love, on your blog, your social media, or your YouTube channel. Someone clicks your custom link, they buy it, and you earn a commission. It's wildly efficient because you bypass all those traditional business headaches. No creating the product, no holding inventory in your garage, and absolutely zero customer service. A single well-placed link inside a high-quality piece of content can quietly work as a revenue-generating system for months or even years. All right, let's shift gears to Section 4, stocks and rental systems. So idea number 4 is the stock market, specifically dividend investing. This is hands down one of the oldest and most effective passive systems out there. When you buy shares in strong, established companies that pay out dividends, you are literally buying a direct cut of their ongoing profits. Think about it. The company's employees do the heavy lifting, the business makes money, and a portion of that cash is funneled directly into your account. You didn't do any extra work for it. Plus, you get the added benefit of the share value itself hopefully rising over time. But the source material points out one massive catch here. This system requires highly objective, logical research. You absolutely have to invest with your head, not your emotions, to pick the right companies. And here is idea number 5. The source highlights this as a massively overlooked strategy. We are always so focused on what we need to buy that we completely ignore the massive potential of what we already have. I want you to just mentally look around your life for a second. Think about the idle resources you already own. Renting out your existing assets is an incredibly powerful, low effort cash flow system. Got a spare room, an empty flat, or even just some extra storage space? Rent it out. What about your car when you're just sitting at home or working? It doesn't have to just be this expensive ornament sitting in your driveway. Rent it out. What about a parking space in a busy city? Honestly, even specialized equipment like cameras or power tools can be rented out. The whole point here is optimization. Do not let the resources you already own just sit there gathering dust. Put them to work. By converting those dormant possessions into rental assets, you create a really steady stream of passive income almost immediately. Finally, we've made it to Section 5, the reality check. And this brilliantly illustrates the real secret behind passive income, which is it's not free money. The data clearly shows that it requires massive upfront active effort before the system can actually run on its own. Digital products, they demand a ton of time and skill to build. Content creation, get ready for months of grueling consistency before the algorithm even notices you. Affiliate marketing is basically useless if you haven't done the hard work of building an audience first. Stocks require upfront capital and hours of research. And rental income obviously requires you to have the capital to own the asset in the first place. You see, the passive part only kicks in after the system is fully built. So, knowing all these upfront costs, how do you actually start without just getting completely overwhelmed? Well, step 1, assess what you actually have. What are your unique skills, or what physical assets are currently just sitting around idle? Step 2, pick just one system. Seriously, do not try to launch a YouTube channel, write an ebook, and become a real estate mogul all in the same weekend. Just pick one. And step 3, commit to 3 months of focused, consistent effort. And here is the absolutely critical part. Do this without expecting immediate, overnight results. You are building a complex machine from scratch, and building simply takes time. I want to highlight this core takeaway pulled directly from our source material. True financial freedom is achieved when active and passive income work side by side. You see, the goal of building these systems isn't necessarily to just quit your job tomorrow and sit on a couch doing nothing. The goal is optionality. It's about building parallel systems so that your active income covers your present-day needs, while your passive income secures your future and gives you true freedom of choice. We're going to wrap up this explainer with a really provocative challenge directly from the source. Which system will you start building today so your future self thanks you in 5 years? Because look, time is going to pass anyway. 5 years from now, you'll either have an automated system working tirelessly in the background for you, or you'll still be trading every single hour for a paycheck. The mechanics are clear, the systems are totally proven, but that initial push, that has to come from you. Pick your system, put in the upfront work, and start building your financial freedom today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.